Yeah. What's good with y'all this evening? Shout out everybody in the chat already. Pull up on me. Shout out everybody. What's up, Wallace the drummer? Yeah. I see you in the chat. Say Panthers politics. Has someone coined that already? You goddamn right it's coined already. Shout out Nathan. Shout out Brandon Ward. Say what's poppin'. Big Bang. What's good? Talk to me. Shout out Javon Brown in here. Say what's good. Champ 910. What up with you? What's poppin', Panther Nation? We in here. Joseph, pull up on me. Yeah, we finna talk about it. We finna talk about it. I mean, hey, the Panthers dropping all they goddamn press conferences. You know I'm all over this shit. I'm all over their ass. We gotta talk about it. Green thing time? Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is. Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Let's get into it. I'm waiting on y'all. Shout out Evero. Shout out Ejairo. Ejairo Evero. Shout out Ejairo Evero. Yeah, me. Black nigga look smart. He talk with a bunch of sophistication and intelligence. I like that. Carolina Rush, what's good? A1, I see you. What is that? Candidate? Panther Nation with the super sticker. Dobo Smith, what's poppin'? Candidate the Beat Man. What's poppin', Beat Man? Say what's good, OG. Charleston 843 in the yeah. Bo Carter, Unky Bunky, Fizz in the house. Step on that goddamn like button. You know what time it is. SC Space. SC Space. Mr. White. Let's say, what's that? Pumpkin waffles? Punk cake and waffles. Azara, Gabar, what's poppin'? Brandon Ross, yeah, you know what it is. Pull up on me. Step on that like button. Let them know we live right now. Get that goddamn green thing twisted up and out the way that we can talk this shit. We got some shit to talk. Yeah. Step on that like button and pull up. Pull up, step on that like button. However you want to do it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Ejiro today and what the fuck he said about his defense. I mean, he actually gave us more insight than Frank did yesterday. We're gonna get into it. Step on that like button. I'm waiting on y'all. Yeah, say roll that bitch up. Yeah, I'm on it, bro. Eyes on it. Shout out Immune to the BS. Yeah, y'all call that nigga Easy E, but he ain't got no Jerry curl, so I can't call him Easy. Man, that nigga had an S curl or something. Yeah, Easy E'll work for him. Yes, sir. That goddamn green thing. Shout out Panther Nation again for that super sticker. Panther Nation, you know I love you for that support, man. Shout out everybody in the chat. Jump in that Cash App, show that love. Step on that like button. Say Tampa Bay fans told me today y'all need to worry about a quarterback, and I told him y'all motherfuckers need to worry about a quarterback as well. That's a fact. Shout out to bullshit ass Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans as if they got a fucking team over there or something. They quite frankly, they are in full fledged rebuild. You know what I mean? Shout out Marcos Cash. What up with you? Dead Rabbit, talk to me. Oh yeah, we in here. Yeah. We about to break this shit down, man. We about to break this shit down. Y'all give me a second. Give me a second. Uno mas. We gonna do it like we supposed to. Over here. C-Dog, what's good, nigga? Hey, C-Dog. Gyro said a lot of good shit today. I mean, he said what he had to, but he also let us know that he got a vision. He got a vision and he got a plan. And I like that. Black Flag Charlie, what's good? Donald Duck, I see you. We in this motherfucker, man. Yes, sir. Shout out, yeah, like I say, the nigga said a lot today, and I kind of enjoyed it. Now, Don Capers, looking at his old ass today, kind of scared me. That shit kind of took me aback. I mean, what the fuck was that on his head? You know what I mean? The fuck is that? You damn near 90 years old, got a full head of Chinese man hair. You know what I mean? He had Asian hair on his head. The fuck wrong with that guy? Give me 1 second. Y'all know what time it is. Chris goes in. What's poppin'? Big bag. Say Unky Bunky. Yeah. They got damn Beijing on, didn't they? It almost looked like pubic hair to me, but hey, that's just me. Derek B. Austin Wright. What's poppin'? D Cash. Panther Nation, where we gonna start? We gonna start right here. Y'all step on that goddamn like button. Make sure you subscribe if you ain't. Shout out everybody in the chat. Miss Cool, Bo Carter, Black Flag, Charlie, Austin Wright. I see y'all. We about to get into it. We about to get into it right now. Now, first things first. Let's get into this Gyro Evero interview. I want to get into the press conference and we'll break this down. We will break this down together. We'll start it off right now.
How you guys all doing? How are you?
How are you doing?
Andrew!
Will Kunkel, Charles Sports Live, Queen City News. Yesterday they were saying, Frank was saying that you guys will run a 3-4. What have you seen in this roster and what pieces do you see being moved? And most importantly, how will you use someone like Jeremy Chan?
Yeah, I mean, those are all going to be great conversations we're going to have moving forward. There's a lot of talented players on this roster. You know, Mr. Burns, Derek Brown, Mr. Chin, J.C. Horn. There's a lot of good players on this roster. It's one of the reasons that I wanted to be here, be in this organization. And but you know, it's always an evaluation process, and you know, we'll see what happens with a lot of the guys that their status is in question right now in terms of free agency. And as we move forward and put this thing together, you know, that's where we kind of figure those things out. So.
He drew Mike Kay from the Charlotte Observer. He brought up Brian Burns. There was a lot made of him potentially coming or going during the trade deadline last year. I'm just curious, how big of an asset was that when you were looking at potential defensive coordinator jobs and seeing that you had a guy like that at the edge rusher position?
Oh yeah, I mean him amongst others, but yeah, it's definitely a big part of it. Talented player. I think a guy that really has the ability to be an elite edge.
Now let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Now, first off, they asked him about the talent he got on the team. Shout out Andrew for that cash app. Andrew, you know I love you for that, man. You know I love you for that, Andrew. Andrew say, talk that shit, Uncle. Yeah, we finna get into it, Andrew. Finna get into it, baby. But yeah, Ejiro. Yeah, they asked him about Brian Burns, and then immediately he said, oh yeah, him and amongst other players. So quickly he took the attention off Brian Burns. I don't think y'all saw that, but he did it real quick. Like you asked him a question, and he quickly took the attention off of him, off of Brian Burns, so to say, real quick. Like, oh yeah, him and amongst other players that he's excited about. But we'll circle back to that. We're gonna circle back to that point. Let's get back to it.
So many pieces here that are just attracted to success, and so that's the biggest reason. It's like I wanted to be in a situation where we can win, and win is the most important thing. So thank you.
When you look at the defense, zoom in on that, what you observe from afar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rockhead, what's up, baby?
Mm-hmm. Well, the first thing I observe is they play hard, right? They play with great effort, and that's always going to be the starting point of our defenses. And there's big time players, and there's a lot of youthful talent that we're hoping that we can get the best out of. And so when you combine that effort and when you combine those players, I think the sky's the limit. That's what we're excited about.
Agreed with the Associated Press. Welcome, Charlotte.
Thank you.
I was just curious. You worked with Dom Capers last year. Year with them. What did you learn from him? What did you like?
Well, I first started off in Green Bay in 2016 when I was his quality control coach. So I was doing a lot of, Dom was a coordinator and I was doing.
Now I'm gonna stop right there. What I will say about Ejiro Evero is that I like his demeanor. You understand? I mean, a person demeanor goes a long way. Whether or not like if it's a first time you meeting a person, you know what I mean? His demeanor or her demeanor speaks volume. And I say that to say I like this nigga's demeanor. You know what I mean? I like what he's saying. I look in his eyes and I see let's say stern. I mean, now, getting on the field when he finally takes over this defense, I think this guy gonna be a fucking ass. I mean, when I say an ass, I mean real fucking strict. Like, I mean, he gonna be real stern, real steady hand. That's what I'm getting from Ejiro right now. You know what I mean? While watching him in his press conference, looking in his eyes, and watching his demeanor, he strikes me as a no nonsense type of motherfucker. Now, if that's the truth, or if that's the case, I'ma hold it. I hold it. We're gonna talk about that. Let's get back to it.
All of the grunt work and then transition into last year where it's as a first time coordinator, there's a lot of things that you really don't know about the job, even though you feel like you're prepared for the opportunity till you get into that seat. And Coach Capers is beyond, in terms of a guide to how to do the job and do it at a high level and an elite level, and someone to bounce ideas off of, and just a man of great character as well. And so all of those things, as a first-time coordinator, were so valuable to me.
You're a person with the Athletic. Welcome.
Thank you.
On Dom, how would you characterize your relationship?
Well, it's it's a collaboration. It's a friendship and it's a collaboration. He's a dear friend, and he's somebody that we work together with. And in a big thing, I tell everybody, like, this is not my defense. It's me, the coaches, especially Dom's influence. and the players. We're all putting this thing together, and we're collaborating to make a defense and make the best defense possible. And Dom is definitely a huge part of that.
You talk about kind of what you've drawn from him. Do you kind of keep him young and hip in a way too?
Dom stays plenty young by himself.
With Carolina Blitz, you talked about your evaluation process. Can you go?
Now, let's stop right there. You talking about Dom Caper stays pretty young by himself. I'm looking at this motherfucker right now with this alpaca gold carpet on his head right now. And you telling me that man stay young on his own? I don't believe it. But yeah, but either way, I know what Dom Caper brings. I know he brings wisdom. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. And I think Ejairo's gonna talk about it. I think this is like my fourth time watching his interview, so I know what he's gonna say. But either way, he's gonna allude to what Don Caper means to him and what kind of, just pure awareness he may add or bring to it. Shout out, who was that? Tadacho. What's up with you? Tadacho. Bob Quinn, I see you. He said, I felt the same way. Shout out Rockhead. Yeah, we're going to get back to it. Let me get back into it. Jump back into it.
Deeper into what that looks like, and have you reached out to any of the players yet?
Yeah, no, we've made contact with some of the players, and really, it's just you know the players from afar, and there's probably some crossover tape and things like that you see, but like you really don't know them, and so it's really studying them, what they do well, where they can improve, how they fit into our system. But at the end of the day, it's like we got to make the system fit around them. So.
What was this process like for you emotionally coming in here, wanting to be a head coach, particularly in this building, interviewing, not getting a job, and then coming back?
Wait, we're going to stop right there real quick. Shout out Joseph in the chat. Shout out Hollywood. Shout out Carolina Pride. Keeping it real with Ed. I see you. Block G. What's popping? Yeah. I got to show y'all that love. You know what it is. Let's get back to it. We get right back to the content. My bad.
Was it DC? Why get wrapping your head around that?
I don't think too much about that. My approach my entire career has been, hey, wherever you are, that's where you are. And I'm not really worried about the next job. I'm worried about the job that's present. And I think, the best way to advance in this league is to do a great job where you are. And that's my concern. Very fortunate that I had the opportunities I had these last couple of weeks. And, it was a great experience for me to interview for those jobs. But once that process is over and once I signed the papers to come to Carolina, none of that really matters anymore. It's about building a winning program here. And so that's kind of how I view it.
And I want to stop right there. Now, question to the chat. In the chat, I'm talking to y'all. Ejairo says, he went through the interviewing processes for head coaches, and quite frankly, he didn't get the job. But he said once he signed the papers in Carolina, all of that shit went out the door. It's out the window. Never mind the head coaches shit. I'm coordinating in Carolina. Then he said he's gonna focus on just turning this into a winning organization. My question in the chat, to the chat, and it's simple, yes or no. When you hear him speak, do you believe what he say? Yes or no? That's a fact, Choppy. I'm starting to think Sam Donald won't be back neither. But in the chat, D-Cash, Kit Sullivan, shout out D-Cash and Kit Sullivan. They say yes. Yes from Hollywood. Underground say yep. Just in case say yep. David Gore, yep. Chris goes in, abso-fucking-lutely. Okay. Shout out Keeping It Real, Ant. Keeping It Real, Ant. Say yes, sir. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Marcos Cash said, I don't know, too early to tell. Shout out Marcos, because he ain't scared to goddamn say what he's supposed to. It's too early to fucking tell people. I mean, granted, motherfuckers can stand in front of a podium and say anything they want. Motherfucker can tell you he a millionaire, but in reality, he living check to check. You know what I mean? Action will speak louder than words, especially in the game of football. You talk all you fucking want, but if your actions ain't doing or backing up them words you said out your fucking mouth, quite frankly, you just talking, just fucking talking. Let's get back to the content. Fade, what's good? Fishbowl, what's popping? Let's get back to the content.
William, Charlotte Observer. Can you expand on what coaches in recent league history you'd credit as your influences or pillars for the defense you plan on bringing here to Carolina?
Well, it's a whole lot of them. I've been very fortunate to be around a lot of great coordinators, a lot of great head coaches. Starting off with Monty Kiffin in Tampa, and going to Vic Fangio in San Francisco, Dom obviously in Green Bay, Wade Phillips, Raheem Morris, Brandon Staley. And I just think like when you're blessed to be around so many great coaches, you what you try to do is not like be like any one of them. I think at the end of the day we got to be ourselves, but at the same time you want to learn from every experience that you've had, and that's what I've tried to do. Just try to take the best attributes, try to learn from some of the mistakes, and then as we move forward in our journey here, you just try to use those lessons to serve you well in the future.
Going back to Dom.
Now I want to stop right there. Now, everything he's saying, man, everything he's saying is actually sounding, every time I hear him speak, it sounds better than me now. Now, I do believe that Ejiro Evero will come in and quite frankly, my impression of him, and I'm going to give you my impression of him so far. And mind you, this is the first time I'm actually hearing him speak, via this press conference. I mean, because when he was in Denver, I didn't know who the fuck he was, but actually hearing him speak and the terminologies he's using, the vocabulary. I mean, he strikes me as one of these defensive coordinators that actually has, this nigga may be innovative, guys. He may be, and I'm only saying that because of how he speaks. You know what I mean? No, never mind. No, I don't know. I'm looking, I'm searching for the right words to say about this nigga. But quite frankly, I'ma just say it in layman's terms. I believe he's a smart nigga, and he's gonna be able to create a very intelligent defensive scheme. If that makes any sense. Let's move on.
For a second, on a day-to-day basis, what does a senior defensive assistant do?
He does everything. He's somebody I could bounce ideas off of. He's someone that gives ideas and input on the game plan. He helps us with a lot of our tendencies, and he does some motivational things with the team as well. So he's got his hands in a lot of things.
You can being your own coach. You and Thomas Brown are really coming into your own here in Carolina.
Real quick, let me shout the chat out. Shout out Candy Girl in the chat. Shout out Pootie Tang. Shout out Dob34. DJ Free. I see you, baby. Let's get back to it. I got to show that love. Let's move on. Shout out Pootie Tang.
Work with him every day for multiple seasons in Los Angeles. What is it about Thomas's day-to-day process that merits the respect of his peers in this industry?
Well, one, it's leadership. He's just a leader. He's a natural leader. He walks into a room. He commands respect. He's extremely intelligent. He's very detailed. He's very thorough. And he's very businesslike. And he just has a great way about him. And I think he just gains anytime anybody that
Hook House Beats. What's up, baby? I see you. Shout out Kit Sullivan in the chat. What's up with you? Pull up. Let's get back to the content.
spends any time with them is instant credibility.
What is it like at practice, the offense and defensive units competing with each other? I know you guys haven't coordinated your own units towards each other now, but you have a sense of what he's going to bring to practice every day.
Yeah, we're both going to try to win.
ESPN.com. What pieces are missing from the talent that you have coming back that you feel like you really need to make a 3-4 work?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too much into the details of what we're going to do, but we're going to take a great look at the roster, and we're still going through that process right now. And as we work through it, we'll figure it out.
You've worked with Jalen Ramsey, who had
Now let's Stop. Give me. Yeah. Let's stop right there. Now, shit, boy, I'm trying to tell you. Pressure. Now, Jairo just said the same thing Frank White said yesterday. They ain't took no fucking look at this roster yet. Well, by his accounts, by their accounts. Now, granted, this shit could all be a lie. Him and Frank could be lying to us. Both of these bitches could have took in-depth looks at this depth chart already. If I'm offensive coordinator, head coach, DC, bitch, I done that already. Me personally, and these niggas getting paid millions of dollars to do so. You're not gonna stand here in on this podium today 4 hours ago, black ass nigga in Ejiro Evero, and stand there in front of me and expect me to believe that y'all as a staff have yet to take a look at this depth chart. I don't believe that. I really don't, because I know the NFL. I know what the fuck they do in the front offices. Quite frankly, I know these things. I know what goes on in front offices, and quite frankly, this nigga lied. This nigga lied when you came in for the fucking interview, boy. David Tepper, Scott Fitterer gave you criteria of this depth chart. The depth chart had criteria. Look, the criteria had the depth chart in it. So, Panther Nation, I want y'all to, I mean, you can take it and listen to it and just let this shit go in one ear and out the other. But I want you to understand that these motherfuckers are lying to us. When you got a Frank White and then you got a Ejiro Evero hopping on Frank White sentiments that he spoke on yesterday, and the fact that they have yet to take a look at this depth chart and roster. Me personally, now, no, I'm not saying y'all gotta believe this shit or go off of it or ride the wave like that. Nah, I ain't saying that shit. What I'm saying is this, and this is me. The motherfucking lying. Let's move on.
As a father who's a coach, you've worked with Patrick Surtain, who obviously comes from a football family. Now you have JC Horn. I was just curious, as a teacher, how much does it help you when a guy kind of has that background of through the family, kind of having a coach at the dinner table sort of atmosphere with a cornerback?
Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot. Absolutely, it helps. I just met JC yesterday for the first time, and you can see the intelligence just oozing out of him. And yeah, it definitely helps. And the best players are the smartest players, and when you have that background, definitely helps.
Elaborate on what you envision the identity of this defense.
Physical, great effort, and attacking the ball.
What were your recollections of I guess it was the November game here with the Broncos?
Well, that was unfortunately our firsthand look at the talent this team possesses and the capabilities this team possesses. But I told Scott and Dan Morgan when I was interviewing for the job that, I mean, these guys, the Panthers blocked us as well as anybody that we played all year. And so from an offensive standpoint, you saw the offensive line come to life. DJ Moore, there's some really good pieces on this offense. And, didn't really get to watch the defense really, but like just crossover film and things of that nature, you see the talent. But like definitely it was a good experience.
And if you weren't coaching, what would you have gone into, you think?
Oh, that's a great question. You always thought I was going to be in the business world, but I see a lot of my good friends from college that are firefighters, and I kind of like that lifestyle. Work a little bit and then a lot of time off.
The majority.
Now y'all heard what they just asked that nigga. If he wasn't coaching, what would he be doing? He said, yeah, he always wanted to be a businessman. He strike me as a black businessman anyway. You know what I mean? But he said all his friends or a few of his friends went into firefighting and shit. They firemen. Said he liked that lifestyle. You know what I mean? But he ain't built. You ain't built for no goddamn firefighter, boy. You better quit lying. You know what I mean? Shout out Ejiro Ever. I'm starting to like this nigga more and more. Let's move on.
Your staff you've worked with in Denver, LA, Todd Wash, the guy you have like a long history with. Why was he so important to bring to the staff, and how were you able to add him since he was taking the same job from Detroit?
Yeah. Well, Todd had some personal things that drew him down here, getting closer to his family and things of that nature. But yeah, he's just, we haven't worked together in a long time, but we've stayed up. And he's been a coordinator. He's been a defensive line coach for a long time. You see his work from afar in terms of the product on the field, and just a great teacher, extremely detailed. He's passionate. He connects with the players. So yeah, it's definitely a great get for us.
Phil Warren from the ABC affiliate here. There's a lot of talk about the scheme, the base scheme, but beyond that, what are the kind of core principles you look for personnel wise in a defense?
Well, we just talked about it, just the philosophy of our defense, but we look for guys that are physical, right? We look for guys that play with great effort, guys that are smart. I think those are the type of intangibles that are winning intangibles. So at the end of the day, we want to be a physical, aggressive team that plays with great effort, but we don't want to ever beat ourselves.
The defense has been coming along each year. The takeaway numbers have not probably been where they wanted them to be. How do you kind of enhance that as a coach and the scheme? Like, what's your approach to it?
Yeah, I think the number one way you got to get after the quarterback, right? So we just got to get pressure on the quarterback. We got to find ways to affect the quarterback, and I think that's where those takeaways are happening.
Yeah, I want to stop right there. The reporter just asked him, or the media guy just asked him that he said this defense has been improving year in, year out, but the turnovers don't match the improvement of the defense. And right before the reporter could get that shit out his mouth right, Ejiro was cutting him off, saying, yeah, God damn it, we got to get after the quarterback. He believes turnovers are the equivalent of quarterback pressure, to say the least. This is what he's saying right now. He's getting into it. The guy, the motherfucking media man is asking him how he will have his defense try to, increase the turnover rate in Carolina on defense. And he said, this is Ejiro. I ain't making it. He just said this shit. He said he believed every or most turnovers are caused because of quarterback pressures. And he's absolutely motherfucking right. Let's move on.
There are certain players that obviously with salary cap situations, you got to take a look at that. Have you kind of voiced opinion on whether you want Shaq Thompson to be a part of what you're building going forward, or kind of where do you stand on that?
Yeah, again, those are all questions that are above my pay grade. But if you talk about the player, that's definitely a player that I really admire, and I think he's a heck of a player, and definitely would love to coach him.
How does he fit in with a 3-4 scheme for you?
Very well. Yeah, he's an inside backer. He's a 3-down player, and he's a guy that can play the run game. He's good in zone coverage. He can see the quarterback. He can match running backs. Yeah, he fits just right.
Realizing still early in this, but Chin is kind of that intriguing guy where the first year he was playing linebacker, made a lot of plays, and they moved him to safety. Can you give us an idea where you kind of see him fitting in this 3-4?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that's very, very talented, big, fast, physical, can tackle, gets the ball out. And I think that that's where we got to do a good job of just finding those pieces, those places for him to play. And it might be a matter of him being moved around and doing different things, but definitely excited to work with a player like him.
Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer. Just on a philosophical level, why do you think a 3-4 as a base defense is better suited in the NFL than a 4-3?
Well, I just think from the standpoint of protections, you just don't know if you're going to have a 4-down structure or a 4-man rush structure. You don't know where that extra rusher is coming from. So it's that extra level that the offense has to go through to figure out what you're doing. And
now let's stop right there, because they asked him why he believes the 3-4 is the best defense in the NFL. And he says that it causes offenses confusion, rather, because they don't know where the blitzer or the pressure's coming from in the 3-4 system or a 3-4 scheme. And right there, I gotta beg to differ, because the best quarterbacks in the NFL to ever play this game will chew a fucking 3-4 up. I don't give a fuck who's in it. If the best quarterbacks in this game can see and understand and dissect the 3-4, then quite frankly, it's not what you perceive it to be. If it's a defensive scheme that can actually confuse one of the best quarterbacks, and I'm talking about a quarterback that's seen pretty much everything, then you talking. Then you're beating along the lines of the best defensive scheme in the NFL. But quite frankly, the 3-4 is not that. You know what I mean? Now when Frank spoke on it yesterday, when he said, yeah, it's gonna be a base 3-4, but it'll be 3 down, 4 down, 5 down. I, I understand it more now with what Frank said when I'm listening to Ejiro, because Ejiro is telling you that the 3-4 in his mind will cause confusion to the opposing offenses. And I gotta beg to differ there, but I still gotta hold my right and remain. You know what I mean? Remain to wait and see this shit. So I can't say he's wrong, and I won't say he's fucking right. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at right there. Now let's move on. Let's move on, goddammit.
I think a lot get probably.
Hey, there's this Coach Townsend with Grindhouse Fitness, and today
I apologize.
Probably too much gets made about 2-3-4 versus 4-3 because the way the NFL is trending, you really only play so few downs of base defense. So most of the time you're playing sub defense, which a lot of people are about the same.
So with that said, how important is the nickel position now in this modern day NFL?
Oh, it's critical. It's critical because that's a guy that is it's got to be a coverage guy, obviously matching receivers. He's got to be able to play in the run game. The way that people are jet motion and stuff like that, he becomes a linebacker pretty quickly, and so very important position.
Jiro Augustus with Panthers.com. You've mentioned a lot about kind of, matching the scheme to the players versus the players to the scheme. Can you kind of take me through your balancing act there? Are you kind of focused on making the players fit, making the scheme fit the players? Just kind of take me through that.
Yeah. So like when you first come in and you take the job, it's my job, it's the defensive coach's jobs, working along with the personnel people. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we really understand what all of these players do well. And they're at this level, they're on this team because they have certain skill sets that are very good. And we want to figure that out. And as we put our defense together, obviously there's going to be a framework from where we start off at in terms of what we've done in the past in Denver. We're not going to ever ask guys to do things they can't do well. So you had a good.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we gonna get into it. Y'all wait right there. What's wrong? But I hope that Ejiro is saying good things that y'all can feel. Shout out Easy Crazy. Easy Crepe in the chat holding it down. Fishbowl, what's poppin'? Carolina Pride. I see you, man. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Let's get back into the content, goddammit. Yeah, man. Y'all thought I was playing? You thought I was playing tonight?
It's not so much I had to say, but we really were thorough and detailed and collaborated on getting together. And it was never a matter of, hey, we got one guy pegged for the position, we're gonna hire him. It was, hey, let's talk about it. What do these guys bring to the table? What are some other options? Let's be really thorough and detailed about our approach. And I think it turned out very, very well.
Your views on the staff here in general that Frank's put together?
Outstanding. High character men, very good teachers, guys with energy and passion for the game. So far, my interactions with all these guys have been outstanding, and looking forward to working with them.
What was your impression of David Tepper during the whole interview process?
Shout out T22. T22 keys in the chat. Shout out Carolina Blue 843. What's up with y'all boys, man? Let's get back to it. They about to ask this nigga what he think about David Tep.
The head coach and the coordinator position.
Oh, he's fun. He's a lot of fun. Yeah, he's really into it, which is what I appreciate. He really loves football. He loves the interaction of it. He loves being involved, and from a good way. And he's been great. So I really appreciate him.
Relationship with D'Angelo Hall, and what is it going to be like to bring him in here?
I did not have a relationship with him, but a lot of guys that I trust very much had prior relationships with them, and yeah, I think it's going to be invaluable because when you play at a high level like he did, when you are a smart football player that's actually done it, comes in with instant credibility, and just my little interactions with him so far, he's just natural in teaching and understanding the game, and he's definitely going to bring a lot to us.
We all good?
All right, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Then we done with Ejiro. But quite frankly, for Ejiro's opening presser, I'ma sum it up. I rank it on a scale 1 to 10. I give it around an 8. He said a lot of good things, but he also left a lot of shit undetermined. You know what I mean? And that's to say the least. He left a lot of shit undetermined. I like it. I like it for the most part. He said a lot of things. He strike me as a educated defensive coordinator. Wait one. Y'all stay with me. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Yeah, I had to take a call from my wife real quick. Don't worry about that. Y'all know what time it is. Had to address my wife real quick. Shout out Carolina E. I'm pulling right back up on y'all. Step on that goddamn like button. Stop playing with me. Yeah, step on that goddamn like button. Stop playing with me. Carolina E, what's hood? The real, what's poppin'? Marcus Dennis, what's hood, man? He say fix my mic. Yeah, I had to. I had to, Joseph. We good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing, my bruh. I appreciate you anyway for letting the nigga know his audio was a little distorted. You know what I mean? A little distortment in my audio. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed everything Evero said. As far as him being the new defensive coordinator, and do I have confidence in it? Yes. Yeah, I got confidence in the young nigga. Not because he's a black man, no. Because look, if you just turn the volume up and turn away from the TV and listen to what he say, don't never mind the skin tone. I mean, people will always throw cause he black at you type shit, but that's not the case. I could care less what his complexion is. You know what I mean? What his hue is. But I say that to say this. Very impressed with the young man, with the young nigga. He probably older than me, but I'm very impressed with him. You know what I mean? He said a lot of things that you can build on, but he also left a lot of shit out there for speculation. You know what I mean? And I'll touch on a couple of those. The things that's out there for speculation. Brian Burns. When he was asked about Brian Burns, he moved on quickly. Said, "Oh yeah, amongst other players, you know what I mean." Brian Burns, who in my mind, that's what he said. What? Who you talking about? You know what I mean? He don't know who the fuck Brian Burns is. He also said he sat down with not Jeremy Chin, but J.C. Horn, and he said the first thing that he noticed about J.C. Horn was that he's a smart player. He didn't say nothing else. He gave that nigga credit. You say that shit about somebody, who's not on your level based. Oh, he's smart, or yeah, yes, yeah. You give him credit and then move on. But I don't think he's confident or secure in a JC Horn neither. Or and only because of what he said. JC Horn stay hurt. You think that nigga don't know that? You think Ejiro ain't looked at that? Shout out Fade. He said in the chat about 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, that Don K no, not Don, but Jim Caldwell actually said in his presser today that the staff had, in fact, took the in-depth look at the depth chart. Now, I don't know how factual that is because I haven't sat down and watched the Jim Caldwell press conference today. But if he in fact said that, Fade, I'm gonna blow the fuck up out of the Carolina Panthers coaching staff already. Cause I'm telling you, that ain't lying. When these motherfuckers sit there and say that they ain't looked at this depth chart yet, that's a fucking lie. In fact, you think Frank White ain't looked at Sam Donald? You think Frank White ain't looked at PJ? Well, I'm talking about the first week he got here. That's what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, let me see something. Let me see something. I mean, y'all stay with me. I'm just looking at something. That's all. Just looking at something. Yeah, like I said, Frank White to be here a month. He'll be the Carolina Panthers head coach almost. It's been a month now. A fucking full calendar month. Frank White has been the goddamn head coach. Damn near. So with that being said, of course he's looked at PJ. Of course he's evaluated Sam Donald with Scott Fitterer in the room with him. So if y'all believe that shit, you should smack your motherfucking self. Just go in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and just knock the dog hell out yourself. Because you are accepting a lie. But now let's look at it from that aspect alone. Let's say they are lying. Let's say they know they looked at the depth chart, but they tell us they haven't. Right? That only says to a nigga like me that, okay, nobody on this roster that y'all comfortable with. Is that what you're saying? Because you can't be, because if you're comfortable with somebody on this roster, especially as far as the quarterback go, because when they asked about the quarterback, this is the excuse they give you. We hadn't looked at the depth chart yet. You know what I mean? We're going to have a official team. Man, kill, you can miss me with all that bullshit. Keep it a whole thing with me. Tell me the truth or don't tell me shit. You know what I mean? Trucker 49, what's good? David Gore, I see you. Who is that? Couches or Couches? Couches? Whatever. Shout out Couches. Couches, whatever. It ain't Courtney. Cortez. That's Cortezi. Cortezi. Justin K, what's hood? Your boys or whatever that is. I don't know who that is. Say what up with you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Step on the fucking like button. Turn your notification on so you don't miss shit I drop. I would have went cam up for y'all tonight, but with no need. You know what I mean? I love y'all to death. I really don't like doing this cam down shit, but I do that because, quite frankly, I'm getting high and YouTube don't like that. Yeah, man. Y'all know what time it is with me. I don't front. This is not a fucking front. I tell y'all, and I hope y'all understand and listen. With me, whatever you see, whatever you hear, this shit is not a game. This is not a facade. This is not a front. This is not a fake. Don't play no fucking games. I love the Carolina Panthers. If you know me, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So I really don't like to keep standing on that. I don't have to. You should know me by now. We've been doing this together now, not just on underscore 2020, but Panthers Uncensored. Keep Pounding TV. Y'all know me by now. By now, y'all know me. We've been doing this now. We going in our 5th year. It's a 5th year relationship. By this time, you either get rid of that pussy or marry her. You feel? Yeah, you been with her for 5 years, nigga. What you gonna do with her? You gonna do something? You gonna goddamn get her pregnant, nigga. You ain't me. Put a baby in that bitch. Shout out Providel. You know what time it is. Now back to the content. James Jones, what's hood? He say, for real, he think we get ready. Hold on, I'm going to highlight that, James. I'm going to highlight that. James Jones, I always thought you was a Panther fan, bro. Who your fucking team? Who your fucking team, James? I always thought you was a Panther fan. You always be in the chat. You show big love. But I don't care who your team is. You show me love, I'm going to love you right back. You know what time it is with me. Shout out Money 2K. What up, boy? What up with you? But I asked y'all in the chat, a lot of y'all say, yeah, y'all confident. Y'all confident in Evero. Y'all confident in a scheme that we have yet to see. You hear me? In Carolina. You do realize that. You do realize that, don't you? You're confident in a scheme that we have yet, that has yet to be seen. You feel me? In Carolina. Shout out Deezy for that cash out. Yeah, I love you for that, Deezy. One love, my G. Deezy say, get his fucking name right. He Deezy in the chat. I got you, my G. I see you. Your boys is Deezy in the chat. One love, Deezy. Shit, hey, next cash app like that, Deezy, I might have to mod your black ass. One time. I might have to mod you next time. Shout out Ty Loft. Yeah, the weather's nice in Carolina. I believe. Look now, if you're getting ready to say after Frank's press conference yesterday and Ejairo's today, if you're ready to say that means we win in the division, quite frankly, my friend, I can't argue with. What I look like arguing with you when you say that shit? Come on, there. You know what I mean? Because honestly, To me. Now, I'm just saying me. Now, I'm not asking y'all to say the same thing. See, cause motherfuckers across Panther YouTube Nation and across these podcasts will have you believe that that me, Unc 2020, is out here trying to make people believe what I believe. But see, this is why I constantly harp on the fact, nah, this is just me now. I'm saying this. I don't expect nobody else to say this. But I believe we do have the best coaching staff in this division, and by saying that, you better win the division. See, Frank also alluded to that yesterday. He alluded to that in his press conference yesterday when he said, coaching is the difference between those games won by 1 point or 3 points. And that's a fucking fact. Coaches are the games won when you got to milk that fucking clock. Coaching are the games that you win when the referees done gave you the ass all goddamn game long. Coaching, players can't get round referees, but coaches can. You see what I'm saying? See, Frank knows exactly his role in the fucking food chain, rather. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what he's hunting, and he knows exactly what's hunting his ass. He knows his role in the food chain. And I will say that shit. So with that being said, yeah, it's a fucking fact. We have the best coaching staff in our division. Now, as far as the conference go, the NFC in its entirety, I ain't looked at that yet. That's something that's gonna take a little more of a broad look. You know what I mean? I hadn't looked at the entire coaching staff across the NFL. But as far as the NFC South go, yeah, C-Dog, tell them again. Tell their ass one more time. Step on that fucking like button. Shout out Donna B. Y'all late. You and C-Dog pull up together. Where the fuck y'all been at? Shout out Donna B. Shout out my nigga C-Dog in the same goddamn car. Y'all pulled up together. I see that. Underground West, what's hood? You ready to smoke that? Let me see. Back there. Shout out Candy Girl, say Donna B. Got eyes on you. Donna B say stop it. Yeah. You know what time. You know I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with y'all. Y'all know that. Shit, I love y'all to death. Can't wait till we at the meet and greet together. We're gonna have a fucking blast. C-Dog Sway play spade. I'm gonna run his ass out the house. I can't wait. You motherfuckers, you swear you play spades, huh? A lot of you niggas swear you play spades. God damn it. Wait till the meet and greet. I'm gonna have about 4, 5 fresh decks, because quite frankly, I'm gonna run through a bunch of them. I'm a card player. I always have been. Get me on no fucking cards. Y'all don't want that type of time. You know who you gotta be to sit down at the spade table with me. You know who you gotta be. Shit. Hell, I cut my own goddamn partner if she ain't running fast enough. You feel me? Had to speed the clock up sometime. Donna B say what resort? Daniela hit you in your on the back end, Donna. We ain't gonna put that in the air. Yeah, man, we get you on the back end. Are you feeling like that tonight? Yeah. Make what come out? Oh. Yeah. We going to Myrtle Beach, June 28th, right? 29th, June 29th through the 1st or the 2nd of July. Yeah. Yeah. Meet and greet. Meet us at the beach, goddammit. We're gonna put it on the grill. We're gonna smoke that motherfucker out. We're gonna drink that good. We're gonna talk football. We're gonna talk football. We're gonna talk life. We're gonna talk everything. The meet and greet. Shout out Panther Nation again for that super sticker. Panther Nation showing heavy love, heavy support to the channel. You know I love you for that, man. I gotta twist another green thing up. Matter of fact, I'm dropping the link right now in the chat. Somebody pull up on me. I gotta twist one up. Somebody pull up on me. Talk some shit with me real quick while I twist up. Somebody pull up. No matter who, I'm gonna show you love anyway. Andrew, where you at, baby? I know you listening. Touch that link, Andrew. Shit, cause we feeling good. I think Panther Nation feeling good about Ejiro. We feeling real good about Ejiro. Very. Pull up on me, talk this shit. The goddamn green thing twisted up. Shout out to the female inmates with the only fan. Female inmates got OnlyFans popping off. The hell going on in the world today? Them bitches got thongs on and shit, your ass out. Shout out to the prison women trying to get their money up on OnlyFans. What the hell going on in the world today? What in the hell going on in the world today? Yeah, it's a fact. They right there. Right there. Shout out Dom34. What's good with you? Say facts. Oh, you be on it. You seen it, huh? You see that shit, huh? First off, I mean, just on a side note, just on the side, yeah, I mean, we gonna hit a side swerve real quick. Just first off on the side, female inmates in prison with OnlyFans, right? First off, I gotta question the bitches' hygiene. You feel what I'm saying? You in prison. You ain't sitting your funky ass in no hot tub of water. They ain't got that in no goddamn prison. Yeah, man, what are you doing? I mean, after a while, hygiene has to become a major issue. Andrew, what's up, baby?
What's happening, Unc?
Yes, sir. You know what time it is.
Yeah. You ready?
Now, talk to me.
You ready to get this ball rolling?
You know I am.
I think we're getting there, man.
Yeah. He's he said a bunch of good things today. You catch the pressers today, Andrew. I know you did,
Well,
but
yeah,
I just thought I'd ask you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's doing exactly what they hired him for. I mean, he's got a system in. You know, when you talked about what he didn't say, but you got to know when he went to that interview, he knew exactly what that roster was. He knew who's gonna be available probably in this type of defense or that type of defense, and he's just not going to let that out now. He's got to hold those cards close to the vest when you're talking about which way you're going to go, because you've got a lot of. I'm sure there's probably some defensive players on that roster now that might say, well, hey, I don't know if I'm going to fit in that kind of defense. And he doesn't want he wants them all coming in to win a job and to keep a job. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's got that's all by design. You know, he's not going to let too much out what they want to run.
Well, that's understandable, but like I say, I liked a lot of things he said, but what I didn't like is how they continuously say they hadn't looked at this depth chart yet. When I know, when I know, in fact, they have. If you're a professional, if you're a professional in any fucking field, Andrew, you're gonna do your due diligence. And for them to say and constantly say that they hadn't looked at their depth chart, almost make them look incompetent to me. And I don't want to say they that damn incompetent,
Well, I
Andrew.
hear what you're
You know
saying.
what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? You can get around not telling the truth by kind of, for instance, when he said we haven't looked at the depth chart, that might be a fact. They may not have sat down as a complete coaching staff and looked at it, but I can guarantee you, before he accepted this job, he knew what kind of defense that uh, he was inheriting. I'm sure he looked at all that stuff before he decided to come to Carolina. You know, why would he come to Carolina if he didn't think he could be successful in this defense? Especially coming from Denver, where he had a top 20 or 10, whatever it was in the end
Yeah,
defense. I know that
yeah,
they were probably, I think they finished with the fifth best defense in pass defense. So,
yeah. They was pretty solid all year now. You know what I mean? And had that offense done more for them, the defense probably would have finished more of a top five.
and here's another thing to think about, Unc. If you can have that kind of a defense with the amount of time they spent on the field, because Russell Wilson wasn't getting shit for him they were 3 and out almost the whole year. So
Facts, fact.
that defense spent a lot of time on the field, and they were able to keep their numbers respectable. That tells you what kind of defensive coordinator he was. It's not like it was, the defense wasn't getting any playing time. They were out there all the time because they couldn't. Their offense wasn't getting first downs.
Yeah,
I think I'm not 100%, but if you look it up, I think they finished like almost last in the league in converting third downs. They finished way down there. So that means that
damn.
defense is out there all the freaking time.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Andrew. I told you. Had that damn offense done more for their defense, it could have finished top five, top three, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Now, Ejiro can talk all that good shit he want, but we still got to get that quarterback. Now, what, like I say, Andrew, before you, because I really wanna, drive the point home that as far as Evero go and what he said today, was impressive for the most part, Andrew. It was impressive to me. He came off as an intelligent motherfucker. He came off as if you could feel that he had a defensive mind, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. He's
That's how he
well,
came
that's
off
the
to me.
reason I mean, that's the reason that he's well thought of in the league as a defensive coordinator. Was one of the hottest items out there when he became available. He was sought after by a lot of teams. He's got that touch on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? He's a rising star in the NFL and coaching. So I think we're in good shape with him as our coordinator.
Yeah, I'm almost there. So now I want to ask you this, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say we do switch to a 3-4 scheme or whatnot, and let's say we really don't add any more players to this defense. Not let's say splash players. What are you expecting out of this defense? I mean, like, as far as what are you expecting it to look like, rather?
It's going to be. You heard him say today. It's going to be a physical defense.
Mm-hmm.
When he was asked about what kind of defense he wanted, he said physicality.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means that they're going to be a hard-hitting defense. They're going to be a typical Evero defense. They're going to hit hard, play hard. If you come out and you come out to the practices and stuff, if you don't have your heart in it, he's going to know it, and he won't. And you'll be sitting down. These guys are
Yeah.
going to, and we I don't think we'll have a problem with that because our defense played really good last year.
Yeah.
We finished
I'll
22nd,
tell
I
you
think,
what
in
I
the league
like.
in defense, but we can knock that up with Evero. We can get we can be top 10 defense. I could see that without a problem.
That's
And
a
he's gonna
fact.
play. He's gonna play to the player's strength. Now it's like he wants to run a 3-4, Unc, but you heard him say himself that that's going to be their base defense, but they're going to show different looks, different defensive teams. So I think he's going to evaluate all their individual talent and then put it together on the field, and he'll be able to tell if he can play that 3-4 or not.
That's a fact, Andrew. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what impressed me though is the fact that when they asked him about the 3-4 scheme being one of the best defenses or best schemes in the league or in the NFL, he alluded to a few things, and then what he said was that he believes that 3-4 will cause confusion to the opposing offense, meaning that they won't know where the blitzer is coming from.
That's true.
Yeah, it is. Now, Andrew, first off, he better be a fucking aggressive ass play caller. I'm talking about when it comes to blitzes. Now, this is what I was asking you when I asked you what you expecting it to look like. Me, I'm expecting whatever road because I'm thinking he's a genius. Now I don't know yet. It could be too early to put that on him, but I'm thinking he's that damn smart. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm looking to see linebacker stunts, maybe with a corner, with a blitz from the corner, or
Exactly.
something exotic, sexy blitzes. You know what I mean? That we hadn't had in Carolina in years, to be
Exactly.
honest.
He's going to disguise that defense a lot because that plays a lot into the quarterback. I mean, the quarterback's going to be stuck there, not knowing what's coming, and he may make the wrong audible based on something he thinks coming that ain't. So
Fact.
there's a lot that goes into it. It's not like it used to be. You know what I mean? These defenses are as innovative as the offenses are now.
Yeah, they better be. He
Mhm.
also said, Andrew, that he believes because they asked him about the turnovers versus this defense being better and getting better year in, year out. And the turnovers not matching what the defense has been doing year in and year out. Now, that's a fact. I had us going for 20 plus interceptions this season, but we didn't get there. But he said, this is out of Evero's mouth. He believes that those turnovers will be had off of pressure on the quarterback. What
Yeah.
say you there, Andrew?
I agree. That tells me
Mm-hmm.
that he's going to blitz a lot.
Mm-hmm. Talk that shit, Andrew.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, baby.
Yeah, he's going to blitz a lot because you have to blitz in a 3-4 to get pressure on the quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's going to be something we're not used to seeing, but it's not going to be every down because he's not going to play it like that. You know what I mean? He's going to show different defenses. That's the way these guys coach these days when they confuse the offense. Get him to take too much time, take a penalty,
Yeah,
away
yeah,
clean,
yeah,
illegal motions. That shit plays huge.
yeah,
That's where
dude.
coaches earn their money when they confuse the offense, and they make a mistake. That's
Yeah, hell yeah. Play
yeah,
clock winding down. Cause talk that shit, Andrew.
yeah,
Cause this is what I'm expecting to see. You know what I mean? Things like that. Yeah, Andrew. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. And he brings that to the table, and it's going to take a hard training camp for these guys to learn this stuff. But he's going to be there right from the beginning. We've got a solid defense. That was the one good thing. We were pretty consistent all year last year with our defense. You know, we had our
Well,
good games. We had games that weren't so good, but we stayed in the top 20 most of the season. So he's got work to do, but the pieces are there. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, Andrew. I absolutely love it, man. See, Andrew, damn, what was I finna ask you? I finna ask you something. I had you right there, Andrew. God damn it. Go ahead, Andrew. Finish talking, baby.
Yeah.
It'll catch
No,
up with me. It'll
I'm just
catch up with
saying
me.
that, you know, it's gonna be exciting to have a young defensive guru, let's call him, who's putting in these different stunts and blitzes packages, and it's something that they're not used to seeing from Carolina.
Yeah, yeah. Especially in this division, which could just ultimately had this fucking division before we could win this division before they know it. You know what I mean? Before teams like the Saints look up,
Yeah,
Tampa Bay look up, we the fuck around and lock the division up by week 6 type shit.
yeah,
I believe it. I
yeah. I
do. I
believe
do.
it
I
too.
do. I do. I honestly do. I think he's gonna be just what you said, innovative. Yeah, I think he does have a fresh look on, let's say, on the defensive scheme. Let's say the 3-4. And what I'm saying is, Andrew, let me say it. The 3-4 defensive scheme, I'll just say, been around, let's say, 75 years, okay? And I'm just putting a number on it. Say it's been a part of defenses or a part of a defensive philosophy for 75 years. Now, to mind you, the NFL is what now? 120 years old, 20 plus now.
Yeah,
So I'm, and it could be older, the 3-4, but I say that to say this. Ejiro is a updated model. He would be the Tesla of the cars, rather. He'd be the Tesla of the defensive coordinated
yeah.
scheme, or the 3-4,
Hmm.
if that makes any sense. And I'm talking about his brain, or as far as his play calling. Will he be the type of motherfucker, you know, let's say blitz 4 or 5 players on first down. You know what I mean? Something on first down, Leo. I mean, not Leo, but Andrew. If you blitz 4 or 5 players on first down, now the percentage of you getting to the quarterback is, I assume it's low. I can do the analytics on it and give you a proper number, but I'm assuming it's low. Now, let's say Ejiro blitzes on first down, right? Sack the quarterback, 9-yard loss. Now you're looking at 2nd and 19.
Yeah.
Look at the position the defense is in now versus the
Hmm.
offense. Now, see, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around what his brain could possibly be. I don't know yet.
Right. Well, I think you're right. I think those are the things he's going to be doing. It's going to be a different look for us, and it's going to be
That's some fuck shit right.
what, what
See,
that
Dougie
was C.
crazy.
Dougie. What happened to him?
I don't know what's wrong with him. Crazy as hell. But talk your shit, Andrew. I see you, baby.
No, I'm just saying it's going to be exciting to see what this team looks like this year. You know what I'm saying? And well, I tell you, I can't wait for that. Get that draft done, and then let's go to work.
I love it. I can't wait. Now, I mean, now does that leave you in expense though?
No,
When you thinking about the draft, because now if he's truly that defensive wizard, do you think he has his player on defense that he can lean on? As far as, and they talked high about Luvu today. You hear how he talked about Luvu?
yeah,
Shit, I
yep.
mean, like I say, he fast forward past Brian Burns, but when it came to Luvu, oh yeah, he
Well,
fits the
you
scheme.
can
He's
bet he's been
solid.
looking at film since he decided he was going to go interview. You can bet.
Hold on, say that again. Say that again,
You can
Andrew.
bet that he was looking at film before he even went in for an interview, because he wants to see what he's getting into. He's probably looked at where the defense was all year, what schemes they ran. He wanted to see each player's strengths and weaknesses. And then when he went into before he even went into it, he had too many offers from other teams. You know what I'm saying? He had too many offers to not to come in here saying that's the team I want to be with. Now I'm sure the money spoke a lot too. Let's face it, Tepper. We all know what he told Frank Reich. I don't care what it costs. Get me the coaching staff that we need. And I'm sure that had a lot to do with it too. But
that's a fact, Andrew.
He's an up and coming coach. He's not going to want to come in and fail. So
shout out Fade for that cash app. Fade, what you say? He say for the more they talk defense, I know we drafting D. That's what I was getting at, Fade. Shout out Fade. That's what I was Fade. That's exactly what the fuck I get ready to say.
Yeah.
If he's really does he have this guy? Is my question. But he talked high about Frankie Louvu, man.
Well, he likes Louvu. I'm sure he likes Burns. I'm sure he loves Derek Brown. He's got his, J.C. Horn, Chin. He mentioned them in an interview I was watching earlier.
Yeah, earlier he sat down with the girl.
Yeah, he had mentioned those names, so he knows where his strengths are.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure
that he's talking with Frank Reich and Scott Fitterer. And Fitterer is probably they're sitting down talking about which direction they think they should go in the draft, and what do you need on defense to get your defense together. And they're looking at possible, trading back or trading up, and so it's just it's a busy time. I'm telling you, it's a busy time in that building right now.
I absolutely love it, man. I mean, I still say we got to get the quarterback. Got to get the quarterback, man.
There's no doubt.
And I hate how they won't just if it was Derek Carr they was wanting. But like I said, I'm to the point now that Frank White doesn't want Derek Carr now because I'm almost to that point.
Yeah.
And if that's it, he has his eye on something else. I just can't wait. Yeah, the draft can't get here sooner damn enough, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't think I ever looked so much forward to a Carolina Panther draft in my life, Andrew, to be honest with you.
I know.
Oh, same for you? Same for you, Andrew?
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping they can make a deal, trade up, and get a quarterback. Okay. I don't think they're going to be able to get Chicago's pick. I really don't. But if they can get Seattle's pick, they'll get one of the three quarterbacks that we need.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we really don't know. We don't know who the Colts are going to draft. They're going to probably try to work a deal with that number one for Chicago, because Chicago can slip from 1 to 4 and not lose the player they want. Okay.
Well, let me say this. Let me throw something out there, Andrew. Mm-hmm. Let's say the Carolina Panthers move up to 5th overall, get Seattle's pick. Do you think it's a possibility that the Carolina Panthers can then at 5th? Now, we'll talk about how it can be done, but do you think it's a possibility for the Panthers to still take that 5th and move up 2 more picks?
Yeah, I don't know.
You think it's a possibility?
I really haven't thought about that.
They would have to give up more, though. But you would have to give up more to get that way.
Yeah, the Colts are going to want to get to 1 because they know who they want, and they don't want Houston to get them. Okay, Houston's going to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, so if the Colts can get up to that number 1, that they can turn around, and Chicago is only going to drop 3 spots. They'll still get their edge rusher. Okay.
Yeah. So shout out Money 2K. Say, I suggest y'all watch the combine this year. It's coming up next week. Don't miss it. Please don't miss it, because I will be reporting on these players that's in this combine.
I'll have to miss it. I got a funeral to go to on Saturday.
Oh man.
But
Oh man, you won't miss it all though,
but I'm missing
Andrew.
that's the quarterback day that Saturday.
Is it, Andrew?
Yeah. But it's
Shout out
family.
Andrew for knowing when the quarterback day is.
Yeah, it's on Saturday. I think they're doing the receivers on Sunday. No, or the one of them. The running backs are either Friday or Sunday, and the receivers are one of those days too. So, but hell, I'll watch it. It'll be on replay at night, so I'll watch it then. But yeah, it's gonna. I can't wait for that combine.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on, Andrew. Honestly,
yeah,
I absolutely enjoyed it, the combine, because these guys will up their draft stock in the combine, and that's what it's designed to do.
It's a fact.
And I absolutely enjoy it. I mean, plus it just passes over time to free agency, and then free agency, the draft. The draft taking too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like we're not the only ones. Every fan of every football team that wants to move up and get a quarterback is going through the same thing we are. So. But
yeah, but I think we have a leg up, especially like for the teams in our division, because ultimately they all searching for quarterbacks as well. But a lot of them are just now changing coaches. A lot of them are just now starting their rebuild, that proverbial rebuild, Andrew. That I believe we are I say at least 3 years in by now. You know what I mean?
And when you think about it, the AFC is loaded with quarterbacks.
Oh God!
And now they're going to get 2 more.
Oh God!
2 more: Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, or Will Levis. If we can't move, someone in the NFC needs to get up there and get a quarterback, and I hope it's us.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Or else the trend will be the same. It'll be what it's been. The AFC has, all of the predominant quarterbacks, especially, and then watch Derek Carr, because I'm hearing the Jets might lock his ass up. And if he stay in the AFC,
yeah, I've heard.
You know what I mean?
I heard today that the Raiders are looking at Jimmy G.
Yeah, Jimmy coming to some elite competition.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep, because that Mark Davis, I don't know, I don't get the feeling that he's going to try to make a big deal for one of these quarterbacks. I think he's going to go with a free agent, maybe a Jimmy G or even Aaron Rodgers, and then use his draft picks to shore up that defense or offensive line.
I mean, look, with the coaching staff you got, right? And I'm talking about let's just say the overall experience. And I'm talking about us, the Carolina Panthers. It really wouldn't matter if you drafted a rookie or, spent your money on a free agent. I mean, as far as the awareness and the fucking years of experience go, you bring a veteran in, he and them should be able to hit the ground running. You bring a rookie in, the veteran coaching staff should be able to, tune the rookie up. So either way, I believe we can't lose, man.
No, I
That's
agree.
how I feel.
I agree 100%. If we end up getting a free agent, it won't be ideal, but it sure won't hurt because we'll be able to hold on to our draft picks.
Yeah, and we should, and we also have a coaching staff that it ain't like this is a young coaching staff, inexperienced, you know what I mean? I.e. a fucking Matt Rule. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that I about fell out of my chair today, Unc, what is it with these reporters? They ask these coaches, what do you think of your boss? What the hell are they supposed to say? Oh, he's an asshole. That's what I think.
Shout out, keep pounding in the chat, in the backstage.
I'd rather hear that a reporter ask Steve Wilkes or Matt Rule what they think of David Tepper. Then you might get a different picture.
That's a fact, Andrew. That's a fucking fact.
They ask Jim Caldwell and they ask Ezero, well, what do you think about Mr. Tepper? What the hell are they supposed to say?
I don't know. Yeah, you saw that, Andrew.
Yeah.
They tried to put him on the spot.
What kind of question is that? You know?
Yeah, he said shit.
Yeah,
Hell,
he's the
that's my
boss.
boss. God damn it, what you want me to say?
Yeah, I haven't got my first check yet.
Yeah, try. Andrew, you wild, man. Hey, let the man get paid first, man.
Yeah. But I watched the conference. It was good, and he's what I knew he expected to get. You know, he's got a good grip on the defense, and I've heard he's really good with the young players too. So that'll be good. He's getting good dialogue with them, you know, and treats them with respect, and he's well respected. So, gosh, man, I think we got nowhere to go but up with this guy.
Yeah, I do too. I like it. I like it, Andrew. Hopefully he resonate with the players. You know what I mean? And I think that's something he got to do soon because these guys been here. These guys, and I'm talking about these defensive players. Let's say Derek Brown, Brian Burns. You want to talk about Dante Jackson? All of these dudes been here. The coaching staff knew.
Yeah.
So they're gonna look at them like substitute teachers for a while. What I'm saying is the coaching staff need to quickly try to ingratiate themselves with this locker room. Hold on one second. My bad about that, Andrew. Andrew, you still with me?
Yeah, I'll be right with you.
Okay, take your time, baby. Shout out Andrew for pulling up. Andrew's a certified gangster. I want y'all to know that. Yeah, man, what a double OG supposed to be like. Shout out James Jones. James Jones in the chat. You never told me who your squad was. Food for thought. CJ Stroud, 66.3 completion, 3,600 yards, almost 37. Got them at 41 touchdowns, 6. And man, stop playing with me. I know Will Levis numbers. I know Will numbers. Hell, but I mean, I looking at CJ Stroud. I mean, completion percentage. Yeah. Will Levis didn't throw as many passes as CJ did this season neither. So I mean, about 1,200 short, 30 touchdowns, damn near 21 touchdowns less versus 4 more interceptions. Damn. So I mean, CJ Stroud is a scorer. That's what I see when I see those numbers. He put numbers up out of nowhere. CJ can get you 21 points.
Yep.
James Jones say Washington. Shout out James Jones, my father-in-law, certified Washington Commodore fan. That's what y'all are, the Commodores.
Yeah.
Say Ed Unc, most of the Panther players are already familiar with the. Yeah, I understand that. I'm talking about the coach. I'm talking about who the coaches are. They need to get when I say ingratiate, I mean build relationship. You know what I mean? Get in, talk a little bit. I ain't talking about X's and O's. No. That ain't gonna break the ice. X's and O's ain't gonna make a player go through a wall for you. You're gonna have to get look, like I say, these players coming off of Steve Wilkes. Mind you, a lot of these motherfuckers had parade for Steve Wilkes. They threw him a parade. Now you got an entirely brand new coaching staff. I'm talking top to fucking bottom. You know what I mean? The players ain't brand new top to bottom. They so what I say this when this coaching staff comes in, now say when this team gets or goes down at halftime, right? If the coaches don't ingratiate themselves, I'm talking, oh my God. Oh, y'all just opening my fucking mind up. When y'all get me going, I'm smoking on these grain things, and y'all know how it go. So 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 now, Andrew, the training camp has to be 100% tougher than what the fuck it used to be in training camp. In order for this coaching staff to ingratiate themselves, Andrew, they gotta make this fucking training camp tough. They gotta make these players throw up. They gotta be throwing up out there on the sideline. This is how they gonna have. This is how it has to be done.
Yeah.
You got to show these players a different way now. You know what I mean? Immediately. You can't, because I'm telling you, if you don't do this immediately during the regular season, there's going to be a time this team goes down. There's going to be a time this defense getting beat over the top, and they're going to look at Evero. They're going to look at goddamn Frank White. They're going to look at him. The offense. They're going to look at him. Shit, and hey, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna look at him for leadership. They gonna bullshit.
When it comes to those guys coming to camp, they better be in shape, because when you got a guy called the Hammer over there, probably going to be running the.
Yeah. See, that's what I like, Andrew.
It's going to be a free ride.
Yeah, that's what I like. Hey, see, Frank also alluded to making this training camp tough, making it full of competition. I want to see it. I want to see a different training camp now. You know what I mean? I seen training camp under Riviera. I went to training camp one time under Matt Rule, said I'd never do it again. But shit, I would like to see what this coaching staff has in store. Well, to whoever they bring in, whether we draft CJ Stroud, I don't want it to be no fucking competition at all for that number one spot. The competition need to be for second and third. I need CJ Stroud greasing up with the first stringers and second stringers, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And then when preseason come, then you sit CJ Stroud and up to the week 3 and week 4. Then you rest his ass. But shit, I need CJ. If he comes in house, I need to see CJ in training camp every day for at least 2 hours. He need to be out there gunning all training camp long. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Not none of that. Let the second and third, none of that split rep shit. I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. So whoever, though, that goes to Will Levis as well, Andrew.
100%. It goes for all of them.
Yeah, if you bring anybody in here, I don't give a fuck. You bring back Sam Donald.
Yep.
I don't want to see that split rep shit. No, I don't want to see that.
Get your quarterback, know who you're going to play, and get them ready for the season. It's not like they go out there and play like in baseball where they'll have maybe 15 or 20 preseason games. They got 2-3 games to get the team ready. And then they're playing. So, yeah, I'm 100% with that, Unc.
That's a fact, Andrew. Shout out Panther Rule. What's pop?
No, you didn't want me to.
That guy's crazy as hell. Shout out to this motherfucker there. Yeah, man, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something, Andrew. I'm excited, brother. Very excited. I can't lie to you. Can't wait for training camp. Can't wait for the damn free agency. Can't wait for. Hell, I'm just locked in. I'm invested, man. And like I told you, I ain't never looked this far. I ain't never been so excited for a draft, Andrew. Honestly, even when we drafted Cam Newton, never, because I knew what we was gonna do there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew it was Cam Newton or nothing. And when we had the first overall. Oh man, where you gonna be at this draft, the April 28th through the 9th?
I'm probably gonna be sitting down at the pub having a cold beer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know what? We going live draft night, Andrew. Don't even worry about that.
Yeah,
I know exactly where you go be draft night.
I'm gonna be with Unc, man.
Yes, sir. We going live draft night. Hey, you got to know that. You got to know that.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Unc, I got to
Yeah.
step off. I got to get to my grandson's ball game. So
Yes, sir. Andrew, I love you to death, baby. Appreciate you for pulling up. In the chat, y'all, shout out Andrew. One love to Andrew.
thanks,
Hey,
Unc.
Andrew, be careful tonight, baby.
You got it, bro. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Andrew in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all shout him out. Shout out my guy for pulling up on me. Now, as far as the conversation went tonight, put it in there. You know what I mean? I believe me, the chat, Panther Nation, we're excited about Ejiro Evero. I think so. I think it's safe to say we're ready to see what he could bring. The young nigga spoke intelligently. You know what I mean? Also spoke with conviction. He also make me think he can flip at times. But all in all, like I say, I rated it. I gave him an 8. Shout out to the chat. Kid Sullivan, what's popping? Rock solid. I see you. Yeah. Hey, Andrew pulled up. He pulled off. Shit, I'm about to pull off. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. You know what I mean? For showing me love tonight. I had to get with y'all about the Ejiro Evero interview. I appreciate y'all in the chat for pulling up. One love, and we gone.